What's up, guys? ZR Chess, Zach here. I'm super excited about this one today because it's the Halosar Trap. If you see my Black Mardemer Gambit video, I go a little bit into this, but I wanted to do a video just on this for people who might want to try something crazy every now and then. I will preface this that this isn't going to be played at the highest level. This is going to be played, the 1700 range, 1900 range. But if you're a beginner player to intermediate, pretty much anything under, I would say, 1500 in blitz, 1300 in slow play, you have a good potential for your opponent to fall for this. And so let's go ahead and go into it. And the good thing about this is what we're doing, all the moves are natural for your opponent. That leads him into a bear trap that you can't get out of. So go ahead and start off. It's going to start off with a d4, d5, and we're going to go with the Black Mardemer Gambit after he takes, which they normally do. If they don't take, if they try to, I don't know, say do something like this instead, then it's no big deal. We're just going to go ahead and keep coming out as we would, and we just might have, more of like a normal game. We can push him away, and he's gonna have to come back here, block his bishop. If he doesn't take it, it's gonna be a very uncomfortable position for him once we push forward here. So I have this quite often. I'd say probably, I play, when I'm playing about 1500 level players, I have this probably about 50% of the time where they choose not to take that because they're a little worried about a gambit coming. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and say they do take it. We come out with a knight. And I'm going to go through with you the ideal option, the ideal thing that happens with this. And it's going to be a lot of moves, and you'll be surprised that a lot of people do this naturally. So this comes forward with, we're going to go ahead and after he comes to protect the pawn, because we're attacking it, then we're going to go ahead and give him another pawn coming out with this. And then once he takes that, the Black Mardemer Gambit, we're going to go ahead and take with the knight. But this is the Halosar Trap, and we're going for a real trap here. So we're going to take with the queen. And this trap is allowing him to take this pawn. And a good enough player will see this. And a bad enough player won't know he shouldn't do this. Actually, this isn't really bad for black to take this pawn, technically. He can get out of this, but it makes it very easy for him to fall into this trap. So bishop comes out here to e3, attacking the queen, and he's going to want to move away. Oftentimes, he might come back here, but usually when they bring their queen out, they don't want to do that because they're going to lose a move. We're going to be up a tempo, and we're going to have a good game. So that would be fine for us, because then we've got 3 pieces out versus his 1, and we've already got a great tempo. But most of the time, what he's going to do here is try to pin the knight, and go from there, because he's also attacking this piece right here. And if we tried to push, he would take. And so this looks like a really good move for black. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to go ahead and castle kingside, and we're protecting this. We're breaking the pin, and the rook is on this beautiful open d file that nothing else is on. We're attacking the king here indirectly. This is a beautiful setup for us right now. And what happens here, if he sees it, which again is why you want your opponent to be good enough to see these moves, but not to have seen this trap before. So there's a fork right here, or a pin right here. If the bishop comes, he's pinning our queen to our rook, which looks pretty devastating for us. This is a horrible move for black, because at this point, we're going to play knight b5. And see if you can figure out why. But once he goes ahead and takes our queen, this is checkmate right here on c7. Beautiful checkmate. And like I said, everything has to go right here to get this exact checkmate, and you'd be surprised how often it happens. I'd say 20% of the games I play doing this, they come in and do this exact same thing because it's all natural moves. And maybe it's more like 15%, but it's so satisfying when this happens. It's so satisfying. But there's a few different options they could do instead. So, for instance, instead of coming out with a knight, they could try to protect with like f5 here, trying to protect that. And if they do that, then we can go ahead and oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they do that. This is not a great move for them because we're just going to push that away, and we're trying to castle kingside anyway, so once they move away, it's not going to be a big deal. And he's moving pieces twice and 3 times now, and we're going to have really good development, especially since we're castling kingside. This doesn't really matter for us. But he could also try to get with a pawn, and in this case, we'll just go ahead and play. I'm sorry, we're going to play f4 here, blocking this pawn in, and we've got 2 pieces out, 2 minor pieces. He has 0 minor pieces out already. This is a great win for us. Knight comes out with the f6 is going to be his best move, and then we play f3, trying to break this up and get out of here. And if he does take with f3, then we can either take with the knight or with the queen and try to start this over again. It's going to be a little different if we take with the queen this time, because, I mean, we can do this, but his knight's here. It's going to change a little bit. His bishop can't come and try to pin this, which overall is probably good for us. We're just not going to get that trap that we were looking for. So either way, that's going to turn out a-okay. Also, if I take here and he takes with queen, come over here, he could go a few other places. He could try to go to, say, h4 and give check. We can go ahead and block with g3, and so from here, he's probably just going to go. His best move in this scenario, according to the engine when I looked it up, is going to be g4. Try to trade off queens early. So instead, we're not going to go ahead and take this here, because the knight comes here. He's got a decent position to. He's already attacking our bishop. He's threatening here if we move the king or the bishop. And so right here isn't going to be. It's not bad for us because we've got great development, but it's not the best move. Best move is going to be just castling here, allowing this trade. If he does go ahead and take, then we're going to take with the knight, and 1, 2, 3 minor pieces versus 1. His bishop is blocked in, ours is free. We've got, 4 minor pieces because our rook is right here shooting down, and we're going to have a very aggressive game. But more often than not, he's just going to do that. And then right here, when we come here with the knight, he might also try to protect this pawn. He might see that this checkmate is coming. Often they'll try with a6, and a6 is going to be not so great for them anyway, because then we're going to take on b7, and b7 is crushing for them. There's not a whole lot here. He can go ahead and take this rook still, and from here we'll take the rook, and that's check. It's going to be in checkmate. This checkmate, yes, no, because of our rook here. So he'd come out, would chase him around. So that's going to be devastating for him. And instead, maybe if he comes over here, because he can't come here with a rook right now, he can try. But after we take this, then he's going to have to move his king out of safety, and it's going to get really ugly for him really quick. There's a lot of stuff that could go wrong for him here. That's not a good move, because that's, checkmate. But there's a lot of stuff here that you can really wreck him on going into that. So that's the Halosar Trap. Look it up for yourself. This, don't take my word for it, but this is a fantastic trap, and there's so many ways that black can move wrong in this. So I don't recommend playing this, like I said, in tournaments or against high-level players, but against medium-level players, and sometimes high-level players, if you're playing blitz, 1700 playing blitz, he's not going to pay attention, or bullet especially. I don't like bullet, but if you're playing blitz, for sure, people fall for this all the time. So I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the Halosar Trap. I know a lot of people think it's garbage. Technically, I mean, it is what it is. It's a fun trap. So I will see you guys next time.